I love my own company. I would hang out with me all day, and I do. It's okay to feel a little anti sometimes. Sometimes I'm sick of being in the peanut gallery. Hello angels, welcome back to my channel. My name is Janae. If this is your first time here, my birthday is in a week and I always get super introspective around the time of my birthday. I start to think about what I like, what I don't like, how I've been feeling, the lessons that I'm learning. I'm like currently processing them and just trying to sort through everything that has been going on. And I generally do that, but there's something about when you get closer to your birthday that makes you go, what were some red threads during this past year, and like what lessons do I need to take away so that I can go into the next year feeling wiser? One of those lessons being how much time I actually need to spend alone. I think generally, and my friends would probably agree with me when I say this, I'm already a pretty isolated person. I like to spend a lot of time alone. I typically don't always hang out. I don't always answer calls. I don't always answer texts. I'm sure all of my friends would say that and be like, yeah, that's just how Janae is, And I love y'all for accepting that about me. But it's not in like a sad girl, I'm lonely, I'm feeling isolated, I hate the world kind of way. I feel like I've just needed time to spend with myself and get closer to me. Also, I will say work has been very busy. When I'm needing to prioritize work and self-growth, I've been spending a lot of time in the gym. I don't know if you know that triangle that shows that you really only get to choose like career success, friendships, like social relationships, and then personal growth, and you can only choose 2 at a time. I feel like these last few months I've been choosing the success and my personal growth. That means we're not going out every Friday, we're not partying because we need to rest because we got to go to the gym, or we need to wake up early and journal, or there's this big moment at work happening, maybe you just need to focus there, go to the gym, read your little book, go to bed. Like there's not a lot of time to do much else beyond that because you gotta stay focused. It's really so necessary when you are trying to elevate to the next era of your life, especially if you're not feeling settled with where you're at currently, you feel like you're not accomplishing the goals that you set out to accomplish. The point is that it's okay to be a little anti sometimes. It's okay to feel a little anti. If you need alone time, be alone. Take the time you need to get to where you're at, because at the end of the day, this is your life. You came into this world by yourself, you leave in this world by yourself. So, and I think relationships are valuable and being around people is valuable. Experiencing like different voices, different opinions, like that's valuable sometimes, but sometimes you just need to lock in with yourself. Like it's just you against the world. And I think that starts with reframing the idea of being alone. I feel like society tries to push this narrative that if you're alone, if you're like isolating, you're not talking to people, that there's just something wrong with you, you're sad, you're depressed. And honestly, I feel like for a long time, I was convincing myself of that too, when I don't think I was actually sad or depressed. And granted, that is a reason to be alone too, but I do feel like you can just be alone and there's nothing wrong. Like you just need to be alone, and that's okay. Being alone is when I get to really hear my thoughts, nobody else's thoughts, or at least get to listen to the thoughts that go through my brain. And I honestly think that is the best way that I've been getting to know myself, whether it's learning more about my triggers, my responses, my likes, my dislikes. Like it just allows me to get to know myself and how I think about certain things. It's just nice to hear my own thoughts and not everyone else's. Like sometimes I'm sick of being in the peanut gallery. And I do feel like some people are afraid to sit with their own thoughts because they're afraid of the dark thoughts that might come up. They're just afraid of their own thoughts. And I'm like, no, I know. Me personally, I know that my brain sometimes can be a very dark place, but that's okay because I just observe it and I just listen. I'm like, wow, how could you think such fucked up things? And then you laugh, maybe you cry, and you keep it pushing. And I will say, when you sit with your thoughts long enough, it gets very still. Because after a while, you're like, okay, well, I'm kind of thinking the same thing over and over again. Like I've heard this already. Like now I can just sit here. You just kind of like start to think random things and they don't really connect, but your brain's kind of just like at ease and relaxed. I would say that another thing that helps me is sticking to my routines and just letting them feel good. My routine, I like to wake up, the first thing I do, I roll over, I do my 3 pages because I just started the Artist Way, and we can talk about that later. But anyways, yeah, I just started the Artist Way. I do my 3 pages. I meditate for 10 minutes, just 10. Don't gotta be too long. Just like sit there, be quiet, you know, we open our eyes, we roll our shoulders, you know, just feel good, like stepping into the day. We wash our face, we brush our teeth, we do our 5-6 step skincare routine. We get a little dress with it, not too much because we work from home. We don't have to put on too much, but just enough to be like, oh, cute, cozy, like I'm gonna go sit at my desk for the day. And it just feels good. We come in, we light a candle, we make ourselves a nice breakfast. We take our vitamins, okay? We take our collagen, we take our vitamin D. We take our zinc, we take our multivitamins, and then we drink some chlorophyll. Oh, and doing that alone when like you can move at your own pace, you don't have to talk to anybody, answer no questions. That is bliss. I mean, what else could be better than that? I think the next thing you can do to like get really comfortable with yourself is to take yourself out on dates. Again, I just started the Artist Way and I'm really excited about the artist date that I'm gonna do this week. I'm just gonna go to the museum. But generally, I was already taking myself out on dates. Granted, I would only do them like once a month, so now I have to do them once a week. That's gonna be fun. But yeah, just taking yourself out on solo dates. Take yourself to a museum, go to the movies, take yourself out for drinks, take yourself out for dinner, go for a walk in the park, go do an activity by yourself. I don't know, go mini golfing or go like frolic in a botanical garden in your city. Like just take yourself out and just enjoy your time alone and do something that you wouldn't usually do. If you want a man to show you that he values your company, you're gonna want him to take you on a date. So you need to show yourself that you value your own company by taking yourself out on it. You get it? Like you can't just wait for someone else to say, oh wow, I value your company. You have to say that to yourself. Cause God, I love my own company. I would hang out with me all day, and I do. I love hanging out with me all day. Oh my God, solo travel? You will get to learn yourself so much. First of all, I guess it also depends on the style too, because if you're a planner, you can plan it exactly the way you want. You won't have to account for anybody else's feelings. Just do exactly what you want, where you want, and plan it out ahead of time. If you're more of like someone like me who likes to just, you know, travel, and maybe I have a planner too, but I'm really just going with the flow and just enjoying the trip, you can do that too. You can wake up when you want, early, late, go where you want to go. You don't got to hear no complaining about, oh, I don't like this food. Oh, I don't want to go there. You do what you want. And if you don't like something, you do something else. And there's no argument. Like, oh my God, literally solo travel. It's so funny because when I solo traveled to London the first time, like in 2023, I ended up taking myself out on a solo date on my solo travel trip. And I took myself out to dinner, and there were these like really cute British girls next to me. They were like, oh my God, are you on a solo date? And I was like, yeah, I love solo dates. They're like, oh my God, I could never just sit in a restaurant by myself and just eat a meal. And I'm like, why? Like, it's chill. Like, I'm just sitting here eating my food, flirting with the good looking waiters, just having a good time. Like, I love that. I love that. Like, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna enjoy my food. I'm by myself. You know, part of it, I was like, I wonder if they are judging or if they were admiring. Like, who cares? If you're admiring, then like, I hope you one day can get to a place where you can take yourself out on a solo date. Also, if you're hating, then like, sorry to you. Like, you don't enjoy your own company. And I do. Look at me. I don't need anybody else to make me feel good. But you do. My next tip for getting comfortable with spending some time alone is to literally talk to yourself. Oh my gosh, like I remember growing up, my great grandmother used to just like talk to herself. So my room would be here and hers was across the hall over there. If you just listen closely enough, like if you just put your pencil down when you're doing your homework and you just listen through the door, you would just hear her. Nobody knows what she was actually talking about. She was probably reacting to like what she was seeing on TV or mumbling about somebody who pissed her off. She would just talk to herself. And at first when I was younger, I thought that was funny, but listen, I be talking to myself. Sometimes I'll get around other people and I'll say something to myself and they'll be like, what'd you say? And I'm like, no, don't worry. I was just, inside joke. Inside joke. I'm just talking to myself like, don't worry about it. You can do it out loud. If you're not as crazy as I am, you can literally just like journal. That's a really great way to talk to yourself and get your feelings out on some paper. It'll help you process. It'll help you just check in with yourself. What I've caught myself doing lately is just like typing it in my phone too. Like in the moment if something's going down, or I'll voice memo it because I need to rant. Those are really the times where I feel like I get the most clarity because I'm just talking to myself. Most of the time I'll call like my mom or my sister, but I don't want to always dump on them. I don't always want to dump on other people. And you only get to talk to a therapist every so often. So in the moment, just notes app, voice memo, talk to yourself out loud, like just process in the shower. Oh my God, I love talking to myself in the shower. That feels so good. Now, I feel like the next tip I would have for someone wanting to get more comfortable with being alone, I would say to embrace silence. I feel like our days are so noisy generally, whether it's like interacting with coworkers, talking on the phone, listening to a podcast, watching a YouTube video, scrolling on TikTok, or you're at the gym, you're listening to music. You're not listening to chill music, you're listening to get pumped up music, and it's like loud and the music are, you know, like sometimes it's just nice to sit in silence. No music, no podcasts, no noise, no other voices, not even your own voice. Shut your own mouth. You be quiet too. Just letting your brain breathe for a second. Just relax it. Silence doesn't always have to be empty. I think that's honestly where your freshest ideas might live. Like, get comfortable just sitting in silence. And if you are one of those people who absolutely cannot sit in silence, something I also like to do, play some soft classical music in the background, some soft jazz, like nothing overstimulating, no words, nothing too loud. Just like if you need a nice little hum, some white noise, like a hum in the background, run your dryer, I don't know. No words, just enjoy and embrace the silence, because peace and quiet, it's a luxury. It's hard to come by. When you're getting comfortable with being alone, you have to realize that you're gonna be alone a lot. You're gonna be at home alone a lot. You're not gonna be outside. You can't escape to someone else's house or to a club, or you can't always escape. You're gonna have to be in your own space. The best way to get comfortable in your own space is to curate it and decorate it the way you want it to look. Like having some plants, you know, making your home like really comfy cozy. But it's also like maintaining your space. Like, you can't have peace and quiet and calm if your house is a freaking mess. You have to make your bed, wash the dishes, take the trash out. If you can't walk around barefoot, you need to mop your dirty ass floor. Clean so that when you wake up, you can just like breathe easy and not breathe the funk that's sitting in your garbage disposal. Keep it clean. And then from there, you can add things to the cleanliness. You light your candles, okay? You turn on your diffuser, you buy some flowers, you sage a little bit, a little Palo Santo to reset the energy. You know, just like really curate the space, curate the vibe for peace and quiet. The whole point is to make your home your sanctuary. Like, don't let too many people in and out. Even if you gotta go a few months with just nobody being at your house, no visitors, no, I don't want anybody here. That's okay. Take the time you need. Enjoy your own space. You pay the bills. Nobody pay the bills but you. Unless you got a sugar daddy, then shout out to you, girl. I'm always gonna bring it back to social media because I feel like there's so much noise and pressure when you're looking at and hearing from other people. So unfollow those accounts that make you feel like you're behind or make you feel like you're not good enough, that aren't pouring into you in a positive way. Because as you spend more time alone, you should be able to get really clear on your own personal definition of what success looks like and what fulfillment looks like, but on your own terms. Nobody else's terms, no one else's timeline, just yours. Anyways, alone time taught me that I don't need to be constantly accessible in order to be loved, in order to show someone that I love them. It helped me understand that connections are deeper and they're real when they're rooted, not just when they're constantly in your face. I'm just being way more intentional with my own energy and my time. Like, I need time alone. I've really had to take a step back and spend time alone so that I can rebuild trust in myself, so that I can properly emotionally regulate how I feel, so that I can become more of myself without all of the outside noise. So you don't need to be afraid of the quietness and being alone anymore. It's just time to crave it. It's time to chase it and embrace it. That's a bar. So I would love to hear your thoughts below. What's something that you've learned since being in your own company this year? If you like this video, like it, subscribe, don't forget to comment. If you're in that season of needing more quiet and more alone time, just know that I see you. And I hope that you enjoy your alone time. Get comfortable with it, love it, it's fun. I love you so much. Talk to you later. Bye.